Welcome back, guys, to video number 2. Let's do a quick overview for anybody out there who is brand new to crypto or anyone who needs a refresher. Often this is very helpful to just go through, and I want to talk about what exactly are cryptocurrencies. And the reason why this matters to you is because if you don't know what you're putting your money into, you're going to have a very hard time sifting through all the noise that will be coming your way in the coming months. Now, that can either be exciting or it can be overwhelming. And the difference is if you know what you're getting yourself into. So I'm going to give you the most important information that's going to help you turn that overwhelm into excitement, into knowledge. The first thing is just like this definition. I think I took this right out of Wikipedia, which is a cryptocurrency, or cryptocurrency in 2 words, is a digital asset designed to work as a medium of exchange using cryptography to secure the transactions and to control the creation of additional units of the currency. Now, that probably sounds like French to many of you, unless you're French or Canadian, I guess. But what it really comes down to is the following. They're digital versions of money. And money is a form of exchange. So it doesn't necessarily mean that it's like a US dollar. It just means that you can give someone one thing and they'll give you something else, and you got to measure that in a form of money. Like, that's what money is. We use US dollars, or in the United States. Other people use different currencies. But cryptocurrencies are a digital form of money, which is just a form of exchange. So it's really a way to connect people. That's the way you should be thinking about it in a digital format. You'll see cryptocurrencies as platforms, as currencies, and then as apps/companies. And we're going to talk more about this, but not in too much detail, not to make it too complicated. Platforms it's like the framework of the building, right? You're going to see a lot of cryptocurrencies where other things are built on top of it. So Ethereum is a big platform. It's called a cryptocurrency, but it's actually a platform for other coins and companies to build on top of. So there's platforms, there's currencies, which are solving a problem of digital money. They truly are a way to pay for things back and forth. Bitcoin may be considered that, or Bitcoin Cash. Things like Monero are all trying to be currencies. They're trying to replace current fiat currencies, the Swiss franc, the US dollar, the Chinese yuan. And finally, apps and companies. And this is what you're going to see a lot more of, which are solving specific problems using what's called the blockchain. And this is, right, on the internet platform, or in the internet idea, you had the World Wide Web, which was a huge platform. And then you had Amazon.com, which was the company that was built on the platform, right? Using PayPal, which was the currency, right? That's the way that this is going to unfold as well. And so we'll talk about all 3 of those, and we'll walk you through that. But those are really the 3 big buckets that you'll see in cryptocurrencies. Now, the coins are the individual shares and the assets it represents. So when you hear about people talking about tokens or coins, it's kind of like having the company, but then you break it up into little shares, right? And then you can take the shares and exchange them and make, the price goes up or goes down. It's the same idea. And there may be more utility than just buying and selling the way company shares are, but that's really the nature of coins within cryptocurrency. It's a way to take a little piece of that bigger network and exchange it for a value. And I'll show you a visual representation of that in a minute. Cryptocurrencies are also held in digital wallets that you control. And what I mean by control is that they're on your computer, or you can get a hardware wallet, which we'll talk about in a later video. But you're not going to a bank. There's no Bitcoin mom and pop store on the corner where you can go and withdraw your money, so to speak. You are in charge of it, and there's pros and cons to it, but it's all held in a digital wallet. And like I said, we'll talk about that. It's not going to be in a central bank. This is a visual representation of what I was talking about in terms of the coins. So let's say this big blue rectangle is the Bitcoin network. So everything around Bitcoin is all made up of this huge Bitcoin network. And this is what the market cap is. It's just this is everything around Bitcoin with a capital B. Now, what makes up this network are millions and millions, in fact, 21 million small Bitcoins with a lowercase b. And these are the things that you and I own. We own the little small Bitcoins that are all part of the Bitcoin network, the big blockchain. Okay? And so when you take down, or when you own one of those coins, or half of one of those coins, or 0.001 of those coins, you can then go onto an exchange and you can exchange it with somebody else for their coin. Say, hey, I'll give you 1 Bitcoin if you give me 500 of your Ethereum, or whatever the price is at that particular moment. And that is what's created this economy, this exchange between all of these different coins based on the value that people are assigning that network. Do you see what I'm saying? So let me do an example like Apple. So there's Apple, the company, right? You drive down the couple miles down the road here, you go down to Cupertino, and there's Apple Incorporated. They got a big, huge building and lots of employees. That's what the company is. That's the network. That's the quote unquote blockchain. That's the big idea of Apple. But how do you own Apple? You don't own a brick in the building. You own shares of Apple. And if you owned a share of Apple, you could go and exchange it to somebody else for Facebook based on what the market says Facebook is worth and what the market says Apple is worth. And it's the same way the cryptocurrencies work. And the reason why this is how I'm explaining it to you guys is because this is how the money is made. We're not talking about all the blockchain tech and all the details about stuff, because that is important. And there's plenty of resources that I'm going to give you if you want to learn more about that, which I would recommend. But from a financial standpoint, from a profitability standpoint, this is how you need to be thinking about cryptocurrencies, the same way. All right. So they're digital assets. It's shares of a larger entity, which is the blockchain, which is a network. They can be exchanged for other coins of equal value, right? There's a way to create an exchange for it, and you control it. You are in control. You are your own bank. And that's what cryptocurrencies are. It's a way of taking a network and breaking it into small pieces. Whereas in the past, that's only been able to be done by huge companies and banks. Now we can do it for virtually everything. All right. So I will see you in the next lesson.